Halo pendengar Radio PP UK, welcome to Nyari Media Ngasal. Roll the intro.
Nyari Media Ngasal.
Host episode Nyari Media Ngasal kali ini adalah gua, Turah. Dan joining me, as always, are the boys, Akra dan Martinus.
Halo.
Halo.
Oke. Dan ya, topik pembicaraan kita hari ini adalah tentang game. Now,
The
as you
value
guys-
of video games, I guess, lebih spesifiknya.
Now, as you guys know, or if you guys have been living under a rock, the world is still quite shit. You still can't go out, masih nggak bisa keluar-keluar, masih nggak bisa bersosialisasi.
Or
So,
maybe you guys live in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah,
maybe.
the world's fine there, man. Itu udah aman banget mereka.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Fuck.
chill.
Well, good for you, New Zealanders. But for the rest of us living in shithole, we suggest that you guys should play games because what else can you do? I mean, to show how much
Instead of going out.
instead of going out, and to show just how much kayak the rest of the gaming industry is really pushing kayak, hey guys, you should stay home and just play games just to not endanger other people. I would like to talk about how Sony is doing a really cool thing di mana kayak mereka ngasih every month for the next 4 months.
No. It's nggak tahu sih like spesifiknya, tapi they did this last year juga.
Oh,
It's
they
called the
did?
Play at Home initiative. Like
Play at Home
when
initiative.
the thing started banget,
Mm.
they gave away like Uncharted or the Uncharted collection or something.
Oh, but
And
they
this
didn't
year-
call it.
Apa?
They didn't call it Play at Home initiative. It's just
I think they
something.
did.
Oh, really?
Ya kan ada PS Plus, the monthly free games, tapi like the
Yeah.
Play at Home initiative bener-bener it's free outright. Lu gak perlu
Mhm.
pakai PS Plus, lu dapet aja these games. You just need to download it to your library.
But yeah, it's really cool of them. Kayak just to show, hey, you might not want to go out and want to play games.
Yeah,
For this month,
they're doing their part lah ya. They're doing
Yeah,
their
they're doing
part
their
to keep people inside. So it's very nice.
I mean, as much as any big corporation can do nowadays,
Yeah, and it's on brand kayak Sony with PlayStation. We got the resources. Might as well help
Why
people
not?
out. Yeah, kan?
But yeah, for the game for this month at least, they're gonna be releasing Ratchet and Clank for free. So if you guys are interested in Ratchet and Clank and you guys have nothing to play, just download it. It's free on the PlayStation Store.
It's
Now,
a pretty good game. That's
Mhm.
alright.
another, upcoming thing, Kra, you might want to talk about how Nintendo.
Oh yeah, like it's not really upcoming, emang udah lewat sih, tapi
Oh,
the
udah.
Nintendo Switch had its 4-year anniversary, and yeah, the Nintendo Switch is just really good right now. There's so many good games that's out already. Some are like a lot of games that are coming out for the Switch. Fucking Monster Hunter Rise is coming out this month. I'm excited for that. And
And Apex Legend is
oh yeah,
coming
that came
to
out.
Switch.
Yeah, it looks trash though.
Yeah, come on, you're bringing that big of a game to a small device like Nintendo Switch. Gak bakal bisa sih.
Iya, tapi kayak
honest.
menurut gue sih like the Nintendo Switch is just a really beginner friendly console. Kayak lu nenek-nenek lu apa like udah tua gitu and you're not really a gamer. If you buy a Switch, you can still find a lot of enjoyment there. Like there's a lot of technically light video games kayak macam Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley. It's just stuff that's relaxing, not the hardcore stuff that's on PC kayak macam CS. Jadi Switch 4-year anniversary pretty good.
Honestly,
You should go get one if you don't have one already.
okay, to be fair, I don't know whether it's still true or not, tapi I've heard there's been a scalping of Switch.
Oh yeah, that was a problem last year, I think. Kayak when the
Ah,
pandemic beneran baru kick into gear kan. Jadi orang-orang emang baru mulai beli video games tuh pas mulai kan, cause like what else am I gonna do? So
Exactly.
I don't think
there was an issue with that.
Masih issue
I
nggak
don't think it's even a scalping.
Yeah, it's not a scalping issue. It's just people just bought it so much tuh. Jadi kayak
and
mereka nggak
they don't
nyangka
expect.
aja. Terus supply-nya nggak cukup.
But is it still a problem? I don't think so, right?
Nah, mereka
Kayak
udah
enggak sih.
mereka udah compensate, kayak mereka tahu we're gonna be business is doing good, boys. So,
Business is
jadi
good.
mereka udah nge-pump out all the production. Sekarang there's so many Switches everywhere.
Demand-nya juga udah nggak segede itu sih, nggak segede pas awal-awal karantina. Sampai orang-orang kan kayak Lite yang paling populer kan tahun lalu, gara-gara orang-orang kayak ya gue juga bakal main sendiri, gue beli yang Lite aja. Itu kayak harganya skyrocketed anjir gara-gara
Terus
diskon
emang
hemat.
the Switch Lite for like what it offers tuh murah man, and value-nya gila, which is the
I mean,
the overarching topic of this
yeah.
discussion ya Tur.
Coincidentally, yeah. So with that in mind, right? I wanted to talk about episode ini, how you know that the gaming industry in general is probably the biggest industry now, even bigger than music and film combined, right?
Bukan in terms of scale sih, tapi in terms
In
of
terms
like
of
revenue.
revenue, yeah.
Revenue paling gede tuh gaming industry.
And I think some artists are beginning to stream their games, right? Just to get back that.
Mereka mulai ngerti, ya.
Yeah, they're
Get
playing
on
the
the
game.
bandwagon.
Snoop Dogg juga udah
Yeah,
streaming.
yeah. You see that clip di mana kayak Snoop Dogg rage quit and then he just left.
What does he play? Like it is like Fortnite? He plays Fortnite.
Enggak. I don't know. The gamenya aneh banget sih yang dia main. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch artists. But yeah, with that, kayak we acknowledge kayak, hey, it's a pretty big thing, but you know,
it's a exponentially growing, like industry.
It is a growing industry. It is profitable, but what I wanted to ask you guys is, gimana for us? How do we personally assign value to video games? Gimana caranya? Apakah berdasarkan price? Apakah berdasarkan enjoyment? Kalau any of you guys want to start?
Gue sih, when I buy a video game or when I make a decision to buy like a game that I can enjoy, gue mikir how much time can I sink into this. Jadi for me, value is positively correlated to time that I can invest in the video game. Jadi like I prefer to buy games that I can sink my teeth into. Kayak games like Monster Hunter tuh, that's at least a flat 100 hours kayak gue bisa enjoy. Ya kan? And stuff like open world games like in GTA 5, I can fuck around and do nothing and not complete the game, tapi gue udah bisa 100 jam juga. Jadi like I prefer those kind of games that tend to be kayak bebas gimana playstyle gue, I wanna enjoy it, and like it's not really linear. However, itu nggak diminish the value of games yang kayak linear and enjoymentnya I guess structured really specifically gitu ya.
Because for
games like Uncharted.
Yeah, exactly. Kayak games like Naughty Dog's games, kayak Uncharted, The Last of Us, Tomb Raider. Kayak to me,
Mario.
There's a certain limit to how much you can replay those games, right?
Yeah.
Kayak, I mean, really, to be very honest, kayak lu main Last of Us, you're really in it for the story, not so much for the game, because gameplay is kind of mid. Okay, so to that, I'd say there is story-based value, right?
Yeah.
But ini got me thinking kayak, apakah is it worth it, the price tag? Apakah story, kalau misalnya story kayak The Last of Us, is it as worth as misalnya Monster Hunter atau GTA?
Menurut gue worth it ya sih.
Kan
soalnya lu harus lihat balik ke kayak the money they put into like develop. Kalau menurut gue sih every game tuh cost ya roughly the same lah ya kalau udah AAA game, apalagi kayak Monster Hunter, The Last of Us. Terus kayak the enjoyment when you're playing itu kayak gimana ya? Kalau gue sih tipe, kan ada beberapa orang yang mainnya kayak, oh nih gue nggak mau rugi nih, gue main cepet-cepet ending, terus gue jual 3 hari setelah gue beli. Kalau gue kayak itu malah lu ngancurin value dari gamenya sih. Kalau menurut gue mending lu main pelan-pelan, sehari sejam, sehari 2 jam. Nggak usah yang kayak speedrun terus lu jual, itu kayak lu malah nggak enjoy filmnya gitu. Itu sama aja kayak how you eat a fast food sama how you eat a fine dining gitu sih. Kayak kalau misalnya lu eat fine dining, lu kayak lu enjoy kayak every bit of the food, sama aja kayak lu enjoy every bit of the game, nggak kayak lu makan cepet-cepet.
Yeah, I mean
linear video games kayak gitu, itu bisa gue equate to fine dining bener sih. Like it's a full 3-course meal yang meticulously structured, kayak okay, lu experience pertama gini, and then kedua gini, and then ketiga gini. So like Super Mario Odyssey, that's a relatively short game. It's like I completed that in 15-20 hours. Tapi gue senang banget, gue constantly having fun in those 20 hours. But a game like GTA 5 or Monster Hunter, it's like fast food, man. Like I can buy an insane amount of French fries and like have so much good stuff kayak being input into my mouth kayak makan gitu kan. But like those individual moments, the gameplay itu belum tentu ya se-substantial atau se-enjoyable as something like Super Mario Odyssey.
Tapi because to me recently setidaknya the amount of storytelling, the level of craftsmanship for kayak those open world games, apalagi if you're talking about kayak Red Dead Redemption 2, where the story menurut gua sih bagus banget. I think kayak that story can live up to part 2 Last of Us, the original Last of Us, not the second one. Jadi if you're, for example, kalau Last of Us linear gameplay, tapi kalau Red Dead Redemption ada story, yes, it on par, but there's also open world and there's gameplay. So honestly, right, value-nya
Itulah
menurut gua,
kenapa
Yeah.
kayak gue bilang Assassin's Creed tuh never fail gitu. Kayak Assassin's Creed kan every year dia nggak pernah menang Game of the Year, tapi dia selalu masuk top 5 nomination.
Yeah, it's
Karena
a
mereka tuh
minimum
kayak
viable product.
story-nya bagus banget, grafiknya bagus banget,
okay.
terus it's open world, you can take your time to finish it, you can enjoy the story, you can enjoy the side quest. Jadi kayak I don't know, kayak game-game kayak Assassin's Creed, kayak Red Dead Redemption tuh selalu on top sih kalau buat gue.
Alright, hold that. Kalau I think Assassin's Creed is different. Kayak apalagi yang Odyssey, the open world, the story
Never played Odyssey.
menurut gue is mid. And apalagi open world menurut gue empty. Like I barely have anything to do gitu loh. It's not, there's a certain gimana ya? Kalau Assassin's Creed Odyssey, when you do shit that is outside of what you're supposed to do, you don't get rewarded. Tapi kalau misalnya lu do something outside of what you're supposed to do in Red Dead Redemption, you get rewarded. Misalnya you decided, oh, I want to hijack a train, and then you get money, and then
You
But
get it, Tur.
yeah.
You
I
get
don't know.
some like sword and everything.
I don't know about you guys, tapi menurut gue story is secondary sih in a video game. Like I play it for the gameplay. I don't care if the gameplay is not good. Why would I be playing it? Like my Gooply Goblin game tuh, gamer brain tuh kayak gak bisa kalau misalkan the game doesn't play nice. I don't care like about the story. Kalau misalkan gue gak enjoy the moment to moment gameplay, ngapain I keep playing it? It's like
wait. So I gotta ask you, do you like play games like Last of Us? Honestly,
yeah, I liked it. Tapi gue lebih I tend to skip cutscenes a lot. I don't really care.
holy
Oh, kalau
shit.
cutscene gue juga skip sih.
But like The Last of Us is a I think that's a special case. Soalnya emang the main product tuh ya the forefront it's story. You don't play The Last of Us for the itu kan.
Okay,
For
I think,
for the gameplay. Gameplaynya be aja. It's just standard third person shooter stuff. But like for stuff
Yeah,
like Destiny, there is a deep story yang ada gitu. And if you pay attention to it, it sounds fucking cool. But kalau misalkan if misalkan the gunplay doesn't feel nice to do, nobody would be playing it. Nobody would care. Because the thing that people come back to is the gameplay. So story is secondary to me.
I don't know, man. Karena story to me, it really what pushes me kayak towards completing a game for me. Kalau misalnya nih, this is just to show how much I care about story. Do you know Need for Speed Heat by
Yeah.
EA?
Mhm.
Do you know there's a story?
No,
Mhm.
I don't care. Like
I don't know.
I just want to race, bro.
I know. I mean, the
Gotta go
racing is fun.
fast.
Racing is fun as fuck. Tapi gue merasa terganggu kalau misalnya gue nggak selesaiin story-nya. Jadi gue I played sampai setidaknya okay, gue selesai story and then okay, that's it, I'm done with the game. But if I don't complete that story, kayak course gitu loh menurut gue.
I think a good
Yeah.
example of how a story can be secondary but in a good way itu in like fighting games. Macam Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Gue bener-bener I spent so many hours trying to perfect my combos on Batman kan. Tapi like gue after enjoying the gameplay alone, I started doing the individual I guess challenge levels because itu ada story-nya buat masing-masing. And like I develop like actual care for the characters. Jadi makanya that motivation for me to complete the challenges and see the endings for each character tuh gara-gara gue mau dapat the story. But like it wouldn't matter if I didn't enjoy playing it.
Honestly, kayak I'm surprised because usually when you buy fighting games, you're in it to play with your buddies or with online
Yeah.
matches. Like you don't anticipate people to care about the story at all.
Talking about that, kayak gue kan dulu main di PSP, main Tekken 6 kan.
Yeah.
Terus kayak gue kan ya di PSP susah kan main sama orang lain kan. Jadi kayak lu bakal main sendiri terus. Gue bener-bener gue put tons of hours buat main Tekken. Soalnya kalau misalnya lu kan lu harus ngalahin the final boss namanya Azazel kan. Terus kayak kan karakternya ada kayak berapa puluh karakter gitu, dan every karakter setiap ngalahin Azazel tuh different story gitu loh. Ntar ada
Yeah,
end
that's
story-nya
that's
gitu.
exactly what I mean.
Iya.
The Injustice juga kayak
Terus
gitu.
itu susah banget ngajir ngalahin Azazel. Itu kayak gue bisa satu hari itu cuma bisa dapat 2 karakter ngalahin Azazel, dan itu puluhan karakternya. Dan gue harus latihan kayak pakai karakternya, walaupun gue belajar combo ya, tapi gue belajarnya kayak tekniknya biar kayak bisa ngalahin Azazel. Itu susah banget sih.
Fighting games, that's why I think fighting games are virtually endless sih. Kayak okay, there's a story and itu lebih bonus, but like if it's a good one, you enjoy it and it's appreciated. But like how much you spend time in a fighting game too, it just depends on how good you wanna get with a certain character. Like I know my friends can spend udah ada yang 300-400 jam on Smash. Soalnya dia mau master like, okay, I wanna be a good as Rob main. I wanna be good with Incineroar. Tapi like I know some people yang lebih kayak, okay, gue jago pakai Kirby, udah, I'm good.
I don't.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, to me mungkin preference aja ya. Ini preference gue kayak for me
You
fighting
just
games
don't
is-
like fighting games, man.
Yeah, it's like maksudnya I like fighting games kalau misalnya it's a couch co-op thing, kayak oh lo main Mortal Kombat, ya main Mortal Kombat gitu loh. I don't try to be good, I just play for fun juga gitu.
In fighting games, the enjoyment come from getting good. Like the degree of how you dick an opponent tuh, itu that's where the enjoyment hits the most. Kayak kalau bisa beat down, kayak misalnya lu main sama ade lu gitu, terus lu bisa beat down seru banget, that's when I feel the happiest, you know.
Tapi kayak Naruto gitu gak sih?
Apa?
Naruto fighting game gak sih?
Iya, yang
like Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm, ya.
Yeah, I like it.
Lu lihat klip-klip Naruto Ninja Storm, kalau misalkan combo yang jago ya, pakai all the jutsus and like all the substitutions, right? Itu combonya bisa endless, man. Terus kalau misalkan you can pull it off flawlessly, the satisfaction is insane.
No, I get it.
Ya teman
Tapi
gue nggak ada yang bisa main sih. Jadi kayak gue tinggal segitiga X, pukul kalah deh temen gue semua.
Pakai cakra, use your basic ass ninjutsu.
Yeah, I love it sih.
Yeah,
But we digress. Moving on, Tur.
Yeah, because I was thinking kayak maybe it's just my personal preference, right? Kayak I don't like kayak those PvE type games dimana kayak it can be quite toxic to a certain point, ya kan? Especially ada bedanya dimana offline and this happens in like majority of online games nowadays, dimana kayak people are becoming, to me personally, it becomes too competitive. Okay, I don't know, maybe some other gamer out there, okay, oh, it's not competitive, you just weak, you just have a weak mindset. But I don't know, man, kayak there's a point dimana kayak yes, you can get some enjoyment out of beating other people, tapi to the point dimana kayak lu jadi frustrasi, depresi, kayak oh god, I just lost the game gitu kayak to me that's just too much, right? And kalau misalnya lu sampai insult, oh you suck, man, blah blah blah, but man,
like trash talk.
Yeah, trash. I mean, I appreciate trash talk when we have the same mindset of trying to accomplish something. Tapi if I'm just there to play for fun, kayak come on dude, emang mungkin mindsetnya gue beda lah. I don't get it. Maybe you guys can shed a light.
Like in the I guess in the argument of offline versus online games, I understand the value of having an experience yang lu main bareng teman-teman. Kayak I played Overwatch a lot, over I guess a couple hundred hours in Overwatch. Terus itu tuh seru kalau misalkan main bareng-bareng berenam gitu, satu tim, and when you pull off that capping a point and pull off an insane play because of teamwork, that feels way better than doing an insane play by yourself.
Yeah.
But like kayak kalau misalkan online PvP games atau just online games in general, it kinda immersionnya agak hilang sih. That's why sometimes kalau misalkan I wanna be just lost in a video game, I play offline games yang bener-bener cuma purely single player, and gue bener-bener I can delve into that character terus hilang aja. I guess apa ya, kayak macam like The Last of Us ya. Kalau misalkan there was an co-op experience, kind of breaks the immersion, man. It's something that I think feels better if you enjoy it yourself.
Do you guys play the Arkham game series?
Yeah, kayak
Yeah.
you're Batman
Gua
or
tahu,
Spider-Man.
gua tahu.
Yeah, the Spider-Man game. Itu menurut gua kayak immersionnya bagus banget.
Ya
Cause
kan?
yeah, and I feel like that's why menurut gua I enjoy offline games so much more than online games. Because there's
Yeah.
also the problem of kalau I don't think you guys play GT Online, tapi kayak if you play GT Online nowadays, it's such a cancer toxic apa tuh namanya community di mana there's so many there's so many hackers and there's a lot of griefing. So
many cheaters, man. Good inget banget dulu like my friends beli akun GTA 5 dari Kaskus yang udah
God.
loaded with like millions of dollars gitu loh.
Mm-mm.
And like emang populer and Rockstar doesn't do anything about it. Jadi teman-teman gue pada beli semua.
Tapi kayak, I don't know, man. It's not fun anymore when there's too many hackers, right?
Yup.
Yeah,
That's
I
why you
mean,
go to
yeah,
offline games when that stuff happens. Single player
kayak
games.
GTA juga udah gak peduli gak sih? Rockstar udah gak peduli sama GTA 5 gak sih?
Yeah.
Maksudnya kayak
No, man.
Oh,
They're
man.
putting it.
mereka kayak mereka bakal fokus ke GTA 6 sih. Menurut gue kayak sekarang udah
Nah.
toxic ya udah kayak gimana ya?
It's still one of the most like best selling
Profitable.
things every month gitu loh.
Mm-mm.
Like harganya kalau misalnya lu ke GS Shop lihat GTA
Iya,
5,
tapi yang
lu
main
jual balik
yang,
masih harganya
Iya.
tinggi gitu.
iya keras, tapi yang rata-rata orang Indonesia beli itu buat main offline. Yang main
I don't
online
think so,
rata-rata
man. Kayaknya
jarang
malah online
cuy,
deh.
serius. Teman-teman gue yang main online itu kayak 40% lah dari semua yang main.
That's still a big percentage though.
Ya tapi kan kayak I don't think they spend money in there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
mereka udah
nggak
beli
worth
ya
it.
udah selesai. Kayak mereka tuh di sana bukan spending, mereka nggak spending money buat beli GTA
Right.
money-nya. Jadi kayak buat apa gue capek-capek ngurusin, orang lu juga gak bakal beli. Orang lu kan cuma pengen main heist online, lu bukan pengen belanja kan.
Tapi GTA 5 it's still getting a next gen port. It's still coming to the new Xbox and PS5. Jadi
Which is
Yeah.
insane.
Rockstar, and I don't think Red Dead is getting a port in the same way that GTA is going to. Jadi Rockstar masih tahu, berarti itu that means like
It's
there's
still
still a lot
the
of
cash
money
cow.
going on. Yeah, it's still a fucking cash cow. There's still so much stuff going on in GTA Online.
I mean, to be honest, I play both GTA Online sama Red Dead Online. Red Dead Online is not fun, man. There's a lack of no, serious. There's a lack of content. I mean, there's a lack of content. Gak fun juga. To me personally, I find it GTA Online more fun. But again, as I said, hackers make it less fun. But you mentioned apa tuh namanya? Payment, right?
Buying stuff.
Microtransaction. Yeah, I want to talk about that. Karena mungkin for those pendengar yang nggak terlalu tahu tentang industri game, right? There's I would say an emerging trend, right, of more companies di mana for their online games they offer this sort of like I would describe it as an online casino.
I don't think it's an emerging trend, or it's a fading trend.
Already a trend.
No, it's
Masih sih itu, masih sih kera.
Tapi kayak it was a big boom in 2015-ish gitu loh. I think sekarang
2015,
lebih.
No, kayak last year dua
not
tahun
even,
ke depan.
bro. Like,
nah, bro. What? Okay.
They're shifting over towards the other thing that we're gonna talk about.
But yes, regardless, kayak mereka company started to realize kayak, hey, maybe this whole apa tuh namanya mechanism di mana kayak lu bisa. So how it works is, let's say apa ya, in GTA, no, not even in FIFA, right? You
FIFA
get
yang paling
yang parah.
Gitu.
So you get to spend berapa dollar to buy a box. And
no, you spend a few dollars to buy a currency
you can use to buy the box in game, and this is the currency is in game, and then the box is also in game, and
like FIFA coins or something. I think that's what it's called.
Abis itu you get the chance to open that box to get kayak player cards, and depends on the rare, kayak different player cards have different levels of rarity, and they have different values, right?
Iya, kayak kalau misalnya lu dapet Messi terus di compare sama you get a player from Indonesia, Messi lebih jago lah, Messi lebih value lebih tinggi lah.
I mean, this is a disclaimer. We don't know anything about football.
I don't know anything about football, tapi ya Messi jago kan. I know Messi.
Ya, parahnya Messi-nya banyak. Ngerti nggak sih?
Iya.
Messi
Nah,
versi ini, Messi
ya
versi Player of the Week, Messi versi Player of the Year, Messi
Itu lebih
versi
tai lagi,
Player
man.
of
itu
the
lebih
Week
ya.
kapan?
So, maybe some of you are a collector, so you would like to get multiple Messis. I have no idea why you would do that, but each to their own. But kayak let's say Messi yang platinum, pasti chances of getting that platinum lebih rendah daripada yang bronze, for
Messi yang
example.
biasa.
The chance of getting Messi in general, I think, is just astronomically low, man. It's in the
Yeah.
point 0.00 something percent gitu loh.
Yeah. So you buy this coin to buy a box, and then
To
you
get a chance,
to get a
a
chance
very low chance.
of getting a character that you want. Now, if
Yeah.
this doesn't sound like gambling to you, I don't know what is. Karena
Terus lebih tayanya tuh gini tuh biasanya, like let's say a pack is 100 coins. Biasanya lu bisa beli tuh an increment of 110 or 150 coins. Jadi kayak once you buy that
no,
pack,
no, no.
lu masih ada sisa. Okay, I still got 10 coins left, tapi I can't buy anything. Jadi
Yang
that
lebih
incentivizes you to buy more coins.
yang
Terus
lebih
jadi the
parahnya
cycle continues and you keep buying on packs.
yang lebih parahnya
Mantap.
boxnya harganya 100, but then you can only buy in increments of 80 coins. So
Yeah.
you have to buy like 160 coins.
Iya, jadi
to
you buy
spend.
more than you need kan.
Iya.
It's either you buy terus you buy more than you actually need, atau you buy not enough. Jadi lu beli multiple quantities.
And this started happening di sports game, right? In FIFA. And then
I think one of the pelopor FIFA, but CS:GO sih menurut gue yang beneran populer
right.
banget ekonominya in terms of this kind of gambling.
True.
Just
And
make you guys a term seberapa susah dapat player in FIFA. Kayak YouTuber yang mereka bisa purchase puluhan juta lah buat koinnya, mereka masih banyak banget yang nge-fake kalau mereka dapat player cardnya to get more views.
Jadi kayak gue bisa,
mereka yang udah puluhan juta aja nggak dapet.
Iya kayak, jadi kalau misalkan gue beli, I buy 500,000 rupiah worth of coins, and then I buy an X amount of packs. Gue misalkan dapet tai semua, terus Martinus, you buy the same amount, and then you get good stuff. Berarti itu just objectively, you get better stuff than me. Padahal kita uangnya ngeluarin sama gitu. And like,
bisa lebih dikit lagi.
Itu gak adil anjir. It's not fair.
Not only that, right? Imagine lu udah spend berapa ratus ribu, fine, berapa juta on one game.
Juta-juta nyampe sih, bisa.
That's way more than the original game you played.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, justification gue ya, lu beli disk harganya 500,000, say. Then shouldn't everything inside the disk you own, karena lu udah bayar that initial 500,000, but because of the system, you technically don't own everything in the disk. Because ada gate-nya, ada paywall-nya. Dan what's even crazier, lu udah spend $1 million, 1 juta rupiah on one game. Habis itu mereka keluarin FIFA 2020, FIFA 2021, FIFA 2022. Setiap tahun mereka keluarin a new iteration of FIFA, and whatever you spend on FIFA 2019, kayak you can't transfer anything to the next game FIFA 2020. So whatever you spend, ya udah itu sunk cost lo. Sekarang
it's kinda pay to win tuh.
At the end of the day, tapi FIFA emang seru mainnya tuh. Jadi like I understand why people like the game. Emang it's a good party game, and it's a good single player game, and it's a good multiplayer game. Kayak you can play the ultimate team thing. Itu lu jadi you make your own team, and you try to make the best players go into your team, and kayak lu jadi fantasy league gitu loh. Gue ngerti there's the power fantasy aspect to it of kayak okay, I'm curating this masterpiece of a football team. Tapi like it's very predatory, and mereka EA, the company that's in charge of FIFA, mereka tuh they wanna squeeze you for each dollar you have. Gue sih I never play FIFA anymore. Gue terakhir beli tuh paling FIFA 2014, man.
And the thing is,
wow, it's still fun though.
I'm not denying that it's fun, but
the base game is fun.
I agree.
You don't play the ultimate team stuff.
Gue setuju banget sama Aka kalau when you're saying that it is predatory, di mana kayak they really try to push you, hey, go buy this, go buy that. Mereka nge-push banget di menu screen everywhere, and it's to me it's dangerous karena
it's gambling sih emang.
Essentially gambling, and there's a lack of regulations on video games karena it's a new upcoming industry kan, kayak
Tapi
regulation masih belum kelihatan.
regulations is happening though. Kayak in Belgium, fucking loot boxes and kayak FIFA the FIFA packs they're banned. Nggak ada opsi buat beli those packs kalau di Belgium tuh. There's
Yeah.
no options to buy loot boxes and just that kind of gambling at all. Soalnya emang Belgium kind of recognize ini you're buying
gambling.
stuff for a chance. That's
Yeah.
literally gambling.
Yeah.
Kayak lu nggak
I mean-
guarantee your money is gonna give you good stuff gitu.
Which is good, dimana kayak setidaknya we are slowly moving away from that trend, right? We kayak as an
Yeah,
industry kita udah setuju as a collective kayak this
Yeah.
is not a good practice, you know.
The players beneran udah mulai nge-call out kayak udah mulai nge-cancel, bro.
Yeah,
Dan
cancel
kayak
culture.
itu ada kayak itu sih psychological thing, kayak human really love to gamble.
Iya.
Makanya kan kayak yang gua pernah bilang ke kalian, kayak sekarang kan mereka kayak cari solusi biar gacha ini tetap ada dengan cara ya, kalau misalnya lu
Gacha.
beli 100 gacha lu pasti dapat.
Genshin. Iya.
Kayak lu beli 100 pack lu pasti dapat.
Jadi ada luck protection gitu kan.
Iya, jadi kayak udah pasti
mereka
dapat.
ada gitu. Shit.
Iya, jadi kalau dulu kan 100 belum tentu dapat, sekarang 100 pasti dapat.
It's kind of
Tapi
a
lu harus beli
loophole.
100.
Iya.
Kayak supaya mereka nggak bisa disu kan, kayak
Iya.
Iya.
what are you saying, kayak we give you this certainty,
Kayak-
right? Kayak, look, we're good.
You might buy it and I might buy it. Kayak we'll both get the fixed item yang bagus, tapi you still might get better item. Tapi at that point udah tetap kayak okay, I still got what I aim for in the first place. Jadi mereka udah nggak masuk in the realm of gambling gitu loh.
This is insane. And we just wanted to bring you up to introduce you to this whole loot box concept. It is a big rabbit hole that you can go further into research, right? But there's a new upcoming predatory monetization scheme di
I think
gaming
it's
industry.
less predatory sih, tapi
Really?
it's still
still,
kayak
it's
it's still focused on you as a cash cow. Kayak masih trying to get the most out of you, you know.
And it's called season
Udah
pass.
bukan udah bukan monetary values aja sekarang, tapi it focuses on you investing time instead.
So you want to explain
Yeah.
how season pass works?
Gimana? I don't know. How do you start there? Kayak season pass tuh it's
Yeah.
thing you buy and you kind of have the opportunity to unlock things as you go. Like there's usually different tiers. There's usually a level 1 up to level 50, and once you unlock to level 50, itu baru you get all the content in the season pass.
Ya itu
Yeah.
kayak misalnya lu main game, ada misi. Lu nyelesain misi, lu dapat hadiah 1 buah pedang. Tapi kalau lu beli season pass, lu selesai misi, lu bisa dapat 3 buah
Yeah.
pedang. Jadi kayak lu dapat lebih dan ya lebih murah daripada lu beli loot box.
Tapi essentially like its main purpose is still it hooks you and it wants you to keep on playing. It gives you a reason to keep on playing, to keep on unlocking the next level. Jadi kayak instead of it trying to get you spend money, it's trying to get you to play. And kalau misalkan the more time you spend on a video game, that's better for the company. Soalnya kalau misalkan you spend more time, itu berarti that's
More
still gonna
engagement.
translate to more engagement, sama mungkin lu bakal jadi more tempted to buy more stuff in the game with other microtransaction methods gitu loh.
Higher chances juga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayak
Jadi kan makin banyak yang main.
Kayak
Kayak
misalnya
loot boxes masih ada on top on top of season passes. And
Oh,
jadi kalau misalkan I think in some games gitu deh. Like
Really?
Masih ada. Apex
Iya
masih
kan?
ada.
Exactly.
Okay. But
So like kalau misalkan I'm not an active player, gue main dikit doang gitu. That's just lesser chance of me buying a loot box, you know. Tapi kalau a more time invested player yang lebih serius mainnya, lebih sering mainnya, mungkin mereka lebih tempted to I want that skin, bro. I wanna look cool. Jadi gue beli.
Iya.
like why you would want? Okay, so this is how they hook you essentially. Di mana kayak misalnya you buy a season pass, right? Let's say berapa 10.000 you buy a season pass, and then it lasts until a certain period, misalnya sebulan. So at the end of the month, kalau misalnya kan setiap level lu bisa get additional bonus stuff gara-gara lu beli season pass-nya. Nah, kalau misalnya sampai that time runs out, lu nggak completein mission-nya, lu nggak maximize ke level 50 or whatever, ya udah lu nggak bakal dapat the bonus item, cause
You don't get you don't get the things that you paid for.
Iya.
so to really make your money's worth, you kind of are being forced to play supaya
Yeah.
lu bisa level up karakter lu, supaya lu bisa dapat bonus item that comes with the
Like
season pass.
it's different. Dulu kayak I think season pass used to be a different thing. Kayak I know Black Ops 2 gitu. Kalau lu beli season pass, that meant kayak okay, you get season pass 1, DLC pack 1 itu isinya like an X amount of maps and you get an X amount of guns. And then you get in the season pass there's a DLC pack 2 coming at a later date. Kalau sekarang tuh it's like a timeline that you need to keep on playing, and kalau misalkan lu nggak main, jadi ada anxiety-nya gitu nggak sih? Like there's pressure for you to play now. There's a fear of missing out. Kayak
Karena
fuck, if I don't play, I don't get that thing that I paid for. I need to pay.
Exactly.
I need to play, yeah.
Iya, makanya some tips buat kalian yang pengen beli season pass tour, karena complete the fucking mission dulu, baru kalian beli battle pass ya. That's
Yeah.
the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Jadi kalau
Like,
misalnya ntar udah 20 hari terakhir kalian kayak tidak aduh males main gamenya, you don't lose money.
Ini pro tip dari the guy who
Agak-
spends money on season pass.
tetap
Yeah.
agak scummy sih, tapi like it plays on your time. Bener-bener it wants you to give it attention, to give the game time gitu loh. I mean it's fine though. Like I think that's better than the gambling, because like FIFA with the loot boxes, it's been a real issue because anyone of any age bisa beli. Like I know kids fell prey, kayak mereka yang nggak kurang ngerti konsep uang, sama kayak pakai credit card kayak 500.000 kayak oh yaudah gitu 500.000
Yeah,
doesn't mean
exactly.
anything to them. Terus that stacks up, and makanya now udah mulai banyak protection against loot boxes. Soalnya bocah-bocah introduced to this gambling concept, mereka gampang hooked on it gitu loh, Tur.
Kayak
And it's dangerous. This is bahaya aja.
there is a science behind to it. Kayak there's a video that's showing you how they purposely make certain buttons more attractive supaya, dan mereka make it so easy for children to just click a couple buttons and then langsung you just paid like 50 pounds for like a couple coins.
It plays into the addiction. Itu serem sih, itu serem banget kalau misalkan, and it's subconscious. Lu nggak nyadar you're being manipulated into getting hooked gitu loh.
And yang gue paling gregetnya itu, the game itself, FIFA, masih has the audacity to say, okay, this is a game rated E for everyone. No, it's not. Because you have so many gambling aspects, you make the game so addictive. I mean, it is predatory on children. That's why mereka benar-benar nge-push back loot box sih. But I don't think season pass separah itu sampai. I mean, I don't know. We don't know, but
I think it's a friendlier business model still. Tapi like tetap aja kayak
it's coming.
It feels bad kalau misalkan you pay for something tapi you don't instantly get it, you know. Kayak if I pay for a product, harusnya I can enjoy it anytime at my own pace, you know.
It's like you're paying
This kind of time gates that.
Yeah, you're paying to work for something.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess some people like that. Some people like having a goal to work towards, and gak apa-apa lah. It is still better than loot boxes, I think.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay for it, right?
Apa?
But you don't have to pay for it. Like you have why would I pay extra money to a game that I already bought so that I have extra goal gitu loh.
Kayak mostly season pass, it's mostly free to play sih, Tur. That's why this is okay.
That's why. Yeah.
Kalau misalnya it's a paid game, terus on top of it, you can buy the season pass. That's why.
Ya kayak Fall Guys season passnya gratis. Soalnya Fall Guysnya udah bayar.
That's right. Itu mereka pintar gitu. Like that's a friendly business model. Like usually season passes ada in games like I don't know like Fortnite. That's the most popular one, I guess.
Yeah,
and I think it's probably in Apex, in Warzone,
Valorant.
Semua online games sih.
Valorant. Yeah, basically semua sih yang sekarang lagi populer, they all have a season pass.
CS juga udah ada kok.
Destiny has a season pass.
Shut up, you Destiny.
Dota sama CS juga udah.
Of course.
But yeah, what's interesting is there's also another recent. Well, it's not recent trend, tapi kayak we see this happening with a beloved franchise of ours, at least buat gua sama Akra, dimana kayak so recently video games industry started pumping out games half baked, unfinished. It's a term that they would like to guise as being a live service type of game, dimana kayak biasanya gamenya ada online aspect, but they don't really polish the bugs. They don't really mereka nggak finish the game. Essentially, they don't finish the game. There's a lack of content, but they still publish it. They still jual karena why not? Cause
Lu beli
mereka
demo. Lu beli
mentalitasnya
demo ya.
mentalitasnya we can always fix it later because it's an online game. You can always download the update.
Yeah.
But we feel that kayak it's a scummy practice because kayak lu udah bayar mahal-mahal buat game, but it doesn't work. There's a lack of content. It's either lack of content atau buggy. So really, you can also argue that saying, oh, mereka bakal patch it. But the fact that you already paid for it, you should be at least getting a bare minimum of a working game, right?
Kalau
We saw
live
this
service, main goalnya sama kayak season pass itu. Mereka they wanna keep you engaged for the longest amount of time possible. Soalnya the longer you are, itu the more chances of you being monetarily susceptible to paying more stuff.
Yeah, and this ya contohnya di game Marvel Avengers sih, dimana kayak there's no content, like I mean
yeah,
I
being
didn't buy it.
drip fed gitu kan. Yeah, whatever.
I didn't buy it, but my brother bought it, so I have it, and it's just been sitting there collecting dust karena there's no content. It got worth it banget. Again, this goes against everything that we've discussed before about having value in games. Dimana kayak ya Akra benar banget kayak bilang, lu beli this live service game, you're not buying a game, you're buying a demo to a game. You're buying a pre-alpha build.
Depending on when you buy it. Kalau misalnya you buy it on launch, it's usually just a skeleton of what the game should be.
Kayak Fallout 76.
I guess I never played that, but it was a disaster. I've seen videos on it.
Or Cyberpunk.
I don't think Cyberpunk's a live service though. That's just That's just a bad launch. It was a
mismanagement.
mistake.
Mm.
Tapi I think live service could be done well. Like Warframe. Warframe's pretty good. It's a free to play.
It's kind of a good idea nggak sih?
Yeah, in theory. Yeah, in theory it's good.
It's good. Tapi you have to ensure that the initial game launch is good enough to keep that player base.
Ya itu kayak biasa kan ngasih beta ke pro player kan. Ini kayak you give beta to everyone aja.
Yeah, which
like a live service model too, it gives you a game that you can essentially play every day. Okay, you can just log on every day and have something to do as a hobby. And that concept as a theory sih keren gitu. Like of course I'd love to have something that I can hop onto and just chill for 2 hours and turn off my brain terus enjoy kan. Tapi like the quality of that experience each day 2 jam mungkin jelek. Soalnya ya a lot of companies that approach a live service model, they're not doing it right.
True.
Yeah, that's why kayak at least for me personally, kayak you should really ensure that the initial game launch itu bagus banget. At least worth the initial amount of money that you actually paid, right? But going back to the previous topic of what it truly means to complete a game and what's the value of how do we assign value to games, right? To me, kayak gimana caranya gue tahu gue bayar segini banyak buat a game and whether ini worth my money atau enggak is by completing it. And I think different people have different definitions of whether you complete a game, so to say, right? To me, complete a game means like for me personally, get a platinum, honestly. Because misalnya in Spider-Man, right? I got a platinum on Spider-Man. And I feel like if you get a platinum, kind of means that, okay, lu udah collect every kind of collectibles. You've
literally
done
everything.
Everything.
There's nothing left to do.
There's nothing left to do. That's why you get platinum. Kayak, damn, boy, you've exhausted our game. I also got a platinum for Ghost of Tsushima, which is another good game. Kayak,
please go outside now. Stop.
But
I don't get it. What is get platinum?
Platinum it's an achievement sih.
Yang di PS, yang kayak the platinum trophy.
Kalau trophy itu yang di Xbox and Steam, they have their own achievement little thing.
Enggak, mereka juga ada trophy gitu nggak sih? Kayak yang gold,
trophy itu PS
silver,
ya,
bronze.
Salah.
Ya PS.
Oh, achievement yang Xbox. Yeah.
Steam juga sama. I think it's called achievement or something.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I would define completing a game. I don't know about you boys.
gue sih lebih ke if it's not fun anymore, that's when I'm done. Kayak
But
gue
how?
bener-bener I don't really care if I don't complete the story. I can always just watch it on YouTube kayak a cutscene. Tapi yang what matters most ujungnya for me is just I play a game for the gameplay. Like it's different. It's a completely different experience from watching a movie kan. Kalau misalnya I watch a movie, I need to finish it from start to finish because that's the whole product. That's the main draw. Kalau misalnya it's a video game, it's an interactive form of media. Jadi what matters the most is how I interact with the product itself, bukan the story that is presenting. Kalau misalnya I want to enjoy the story and I don't really care about gameplay, I can just watch like a playthrough of it on YouTube. That's what I do with God of War at first, because I didn't
What?
because I didn't bought it yet. I just didn't have the game yet, and gue kayak fuck, I don't want to spend that much money for like I heard the story is good, tapi I don't want to spend that much money just for the story. Jadi I watched the whole story on YouTube, and I'm like it's a pretty damn good story, tapi
Hmm.
yeah, it's something that I can enjoy separately from the gameplay.
Kalau lu, Martinus?
Kayak gue to complete a game ya.
Hmm.
Gue kan termasuk jarang complete a game ya. Kayak every
Kayak
game that I bought tuh jarang finish, kecuali yang kayak benar-benar story-nya driven yang lu nggak open world kayak Resident Evil gitu, gue udah pasti habisin. Tapi kalau open world gue terlalu gampang ke distract sih. Jadi kayak as long as gue happy sama game-nya, I think it's complete. Maksudnya kayak as long as gue kayak ngerasa game-nya ini seru, terus kayak I'm happy playing it, itu kayak oke gitu. Kayak Red Dead gue nggak habisin. Gue cuma sampai Arthur Dead. Terus gue cuma fokus fishing di Legendary Fish sama Legendary Animal.
wow, what a major spoiler, bro.
Martinus sama
Oh,
gue
lu belum
guys
main?
on
Oh
the
ya,
same
mereka belum
camp,
main.
on the same camp sih. Kayak kita we just play it if it's fun. Tapi gue ngerti like some people emang
Kayak
kalau misalnya main game ada objektifnya untuk ngelarin. Kalau nggak kelar, gue ngapain main gitu. Gue ngapain beli in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Like I feel
summer ini gue balik kayak gue nggak bisa Red Dead sih. Soalnya karena teman gue rugi banget, lagi dikit banget katanya, terus gue kayak oh ya udahlah, gue habisin.
iyalah rugi banget anjing. But yeah,
Gimana?
Temen gue kayak bilang lagi dikit tuh mending habisin aja. Terus gue juga belum unlock yang Blackwater kan, yang di bawah kiri itu. Jadi kayak ada beberapa legendary animal yang harus gue tangkap di sana, jadi gue harus selesai.
Oh, you can catch animals in Red Dead? I never played Red Dead 2. Jadi ya gue gak tahu.
but it kayak again we have our own definitions of assigning value, but di episode kali ini we just list to you guys kayak what our definitions of having a good value of a game, right? Because some people can just kayak I don't know how you guys enjoy it. I cannot relate for the life of me. Gimana kayak lu bisa just pick up a game kayak GTA and then just fucks around and then just dipped. I mean, to me, kayak the OCD in me kayak screaming, the fuck is wrong with you? You need to complete at least the story, man. Come on, what
I
the
never
fuck?
completed the story of GTA 5, Lothar.
What the? Now that's crazy. Kalau GTA harus end sih.
I know
Gue udah end
GTA
3 kali deh kayak
GTA 5 missionnya ada I think the 69, nice. Ada 69 missions kan?
Yeah.
And I never reached to the 60-ish. Gue kayak the 50th mission terus I just kept on fucking around using cheat codes, terus going to Fort Barracuda or something, just messing about, being an idiot. Tapi enjoy banget, gue udah berapa jam tuh gue habis main GTA 5.
Okay,
Good stuff.
But again, it's not how. Again, different people have their own, value to how whether the game is worth their purchase or not, and we just list out why we think some of these games are worth our time or not. But I guess that's it. Don't be discouraged. Kayak for me, gimana ya? Kayak you don't have to complete a game. Don't be discouraged kalau misalnya gue bilang I can't relate. If you find that kalau misalnya you can find some sort of enjoyment in that game berapa ratus ribu you just purchased, just fucking around, then yeah, good for you, man. You do you. And if you need to complete and get the platinum, then yeah, go for that platinum, bro. So
Yang penting enjoy aja lah.
Yang penting enjoy.
You buy a game for entertainment, jangan kayak bikin game jadi stressful for you.
Don't feel pressured to play it gitu.
Don't feel. I mean, I can't say because I can't relate. But
because video games are the best form of escapism for me, menurut gue ya. Like it's you get all your like sensors are stimulated kok video games. Like you listen to it, you look at it, and then you actually have an interaction. Jadi makanya it's so easy to get lost in a video game compared to just listening to an album atau watching a movie. Tapi
Especially
gimana Tur? Just go
no,
on.
especially in times like this, dimana kayak for some people you kind of need that escapism from the shitty reality that we are living
Yeah.
in right now. So
Still, even 1 year later, that's crazy.
yeah, but exactly. So don't feel pressure to finish a game.
Mhm.
Just as long as you enjoy the game, which is what video games are for, essentially for enjoyment.
Oh, gue
I'm
I just
pretty
wanna
sure.
recommend howlongtobeat.com. I think itu like if you wanna get into a video game tapi lu nggak tahu bakal perlu time commitment gimana, and like okay, gue if I wanna complete it, and if you're a time sensitive person and you actually have stuff to do and nggak bisa invest waktu banyak, look that up. And biasanya there's virtually every game on howlongtobeat.com. Terus kalau misalnya you look up misalkan Batman Arkham Knight gitu, it shows you, okay, lu kalau misalnya main story, that's gonna take you 20 hours. If you wanna do main story and a bit of extras, that's roughly 30 hours. Tapi kalau misalnya completionist, that's like 100 hours. Jadi there's a lot of stats that help you make a more informed decision on whether or not you wanna play a game or not.
With that, do you guys have anything else to say, or?
Udah sih. Just
Nah, that's all.
I wanna give a shout out to howlongtobeat.com because I use that a lot. It's a pretty
Oh.
good website, man.
I mean, yeah.
I just googled kalau gue mau nyari gitu playing hour. Gue
Yeah.
gak tahu sih website.
Gue juga cari gitu, tapi biasanya it leads me to howlongtobeat.com, and I think it's a really good tool.
Honestly, I play games roughly knowing how long it takes me to beat them, and I assign kayak I have my own ways of doing it, and you might have your own ways of doing it. But with all that said, thank you for listening buat episode kali ini yang Media Ngasal. And if you would like to support us and help us grow, please share our content through sosmed or even word of mouth. Dan kalau kalian ada feedback, comment, concern, or complaints, kalian bisa DM kita di Instagram kita rapid_ppuk__. Also support our other show from Rapid, kayak Not an Expert, London Coret, dan Mind the Gap.
They're all pretty good.
And they're all good people. So give them a listen.
It's all on the same Spotify channel, so.
Yep. So with all that said, I've been your host, Tura, and the boys, Akra dan Martinus. Have
Thanks
a great
for listening.
day.
Bye, guys.
Sampai jumpa lagi. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yup.